Good morning. Welcome to our daily devotion. It is Saturday, January 30th. Tomorrow, last day of the month. As always, I thank those of you that continue to watch these devotions. Thank those of you especially that share them to get the word out to more and more people. We're still in the, morning Marcy, we're still in Matthew, we'll be in it for a long time, where Jesus is given his first messages, his first sermons that he's given to the crowds, to the disciples, to the religious leaders. They're all there. And so this is the beginning of his teaching. Good morning, Paul. So we're in Matthew now. Good morning, John, chapter 7. We're going to read verses 1 through 5. It says, "Do not judge, or you too will be judged. For the same way you judge others, you will be judged, and with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye? How can you say to your brother, 'Let me take that speck out of your eye,' when all the time there is a plank in your own eye? You hypocrite! First take the plank out of your own eye, then you will see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye." Judging. Judging. We all do it. We all do it. We're all guilty. Good morning, Anna. I know that I get judged for certain things that I do, certain things that I don't do. I know that people are judging me. And one day we will all be judged by the Lord. It says we will all stand in front of the Lord to give account for our life. And it says that he will judge us for what we do. He would judge us for what we say. He will even judge us for what we think, our thoughts. He will judge us for. And verse 2 says that he's going to use the same measure on us that we use to judge others. Kind of scary, isn't it? Kind of scary to think that Jesus is telling us, hey, the way you judge others is the way I'm going to judge you. It's like, wow. Now we know there's only one perfect judge, and that's the Lord. James 4:12 tells us this. It says, "There is only one lawgiver and judge, the one who is able to save and destroy. But you, who are you to judge your neighbor?" It's like, God is a perfect judge, but us, who are we? Who am I? Who am I to judge you? Am I better than you that I am? Am I God that I can judge you? That's what Jesus is saying. Who are you that you could possibly judge others? Are you so perfect? Are you so perfect that you don't have any specks in your eyes so you can judge other people for the specks in their eyes? We are imperfect with many faults, many sins, yet we constantly seem to think we have the right to judge others. How foolish of us. How foolish. This is what Jesus says in John 7:24. "Stop judging by mere appearances and make a right judgment." So many times we see something and we immediately make a judgment. We think we see what it is, and we immediately make a judgment without really studying it or knowing all the facts. Oh, we all do that. We all do that. You could see somebody that you know holding hands, maybe your neighbor holding hands with another woman on the street, and immediately go, "Oh my gosh, he's cheating on his wife," and then make the mistake of going and tell other people, and it was his sister that had come in from overseas that he hadn't seen for years, and they were walking down the street together reminiscing about time. But you made a judgment because you saw them holding hands. So many times. So you don't judge by mere appearance. Morning, Will. Morning, Carolyn. Good to have you joining us, Carolyn. Morning, Marcy. You are so faithful. So God tells us, don't judge by mere appearance. We can't see their heart like God can. Many times we judge others just because they're different than us and they act differently. We seem to think that everyone's supposed to act and think like we do. Listen to this now. And we're all guilty of this. We're all guilty of this. I doubt that there's anybody out there not guilty of this. We judge others for their political view, thinking that our political view is the right one. Did we do that? Our political view is the right one. You have a different one. You're wrong. You're wrong. Like, there's two parties. Well, there's more than two parties, but the two main parties, Republican, Democrat. Does that mean if you're a Democrat, the Republican parties are completely wrong? If you're a Republican, the Democratic Party is completely wrong? We make those kind of judgments. I'll guarantee you, if I were to reveal right now who I voted for, I would be completely judged. I'd be completely judged by some of you. And don't say you wouldn't, because I know you would. You would make a judgment on me. Why? Because my view is different than your view. Even though half of the world has the same view and half of the United States has one view and the other half has the other view, it's like half is wrong. Half of the United States is wrong with their political view. That's why Jesus said, don't judge others just because of their political view. Romans 2, 1 through 3 says, you therefore have no excuse, you who pass judgment on someone else. For whatever point you judge the other, you are condemning yourself because you pass judgment on the same things. It says, now we know that God's judgment against those who do such things is based on truth. So when you, a mere person, pass judgment on them and yet do the same things, do you think you will escape God's judgment? How many times have you judged somebody for something and you're doing the same things or similar things? I can remember years ago, TV evangelists one was caught in the sin of adultery and two other ones were condemning him. They were just as popular, so they were condemning them on TV severely, only to find out that they were doing the very same things. God is going to judge that. So if you judge someone for doing something and you're doing the same thing, you're condemning yourself. If you listen to this, if you see someone smoking pot and you condemn them and go, oh my God, I cannot believe that my neighbor is smoking pot, my brother is smoking pot, my whatever's, yet you abuse alcohol, you're condemning yourself. You're condemning yourself. If you condemn someone because they cursed, oh my, I was golfing with them and they were using the Lord's name in vain, or they were using the F word, but you just told a lie. You're judging yourself. You're judging yourself. Thank goodness God is a perfect judge, incapable of making the wrong judgment. This is my comfort when I see evil. When I see evil in the world and it seems like people are getting away with it. How many times do you see people getting away with things I can't believe that they're getting away with that. They're not getting away with anything. Maybe in this life, but they're going to be judged. We are all going to be judged by a perfect judge. We are not going to get away with anything because he sees our hearts and he sees our minds. He sees everything about us. We are going to be judged by a perfect judge. Good morning, Grace. Good morning, Kim. And so God tells us, don't you try to be that judge. 1 Corinthians 11:31 tells us this. But if we judged ourselves, we would not come under such severe judgment. Let me explain what that means. If we judged ourselves, in the things that we do, then we wouldn't come under severe judgment. We wouldn't come under judgment from others. If we watched what we were doing, and we judged ourselves and said, wow, this is wrong. I have to stop doing this. Judging yourself. So when you stop doing something that's wrong, then others won't make judgment on you, and God won't make judgment on you. So start judging yourself. Instead of using all that time to judge others, start judging about the things you're doing. In Galatians, it says, too many times we judge by mere appearance. And God says that means nothing to him. That means nothing to him. He gets down into the root of real, what's real. So remember, God is going to use the same judgment on you that you are using on others. That could be scary. That could be scary to think that. It may be scary for some of you that are constantly judging others. Remember, the measure that you use is the measure God is going to use on you. So I don't know who this spoke to this morning. We all do it. There isn't anybody out there watching this video right now or later on when they watch it, they say, well, thank goodness that's not me. Because we all make judgments. And so many times, how many times have you made a judgment on something only to find out later you were totally wrong? You were totally wrong about it. And now what's really makes it worse is when you went out and then blabbed about it, told others about it. You were wrong, and you told them. Now, how are you going to right that wrong? How are you going to go back to all the people that you told to say, hey, I was wrong about that, I was wrong about that. That's what Jesus is talking about here. So that's why he says, who are you? Who am I? Who am I to make judgment on you? Who are you to make judgment on me? Imperfect humans that still sin. Don't judge others. God bless you for watching. Tomorrow morning is Sunday. We will have our Collision Sunday message, as always, at 10 o'clock, and then the children's message at 11 o'clock. So that we'll be back Monday with our daily devotion. So I thank each of you. I thank you so much for your commitment to these devotions. God will honor your commitment. God, with that time you spend with God is just so precious, so valuable. God will honor that with you. So have a great weekend. If you're willing, share this video so we can get the word out to more and more people. Have a great weekend. God bless you all. Don't judge.